This is Wadu TV, truth and integrity. This is Wadu TV, truth and integrity.
Our profound appreciation to the EU delegation, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and all participating institutions for your dedication to this vital platform of cooperation. Our long-standing partnership with the European Union has evolved into one of mutual respect, shared ambition, and deepened strategic alignment. This dialogue is not simply a formality, but a testament to our shared commitment to building a resilient, inclusive, and sustainable future for our people. Ghana and the EU have consistently pursued a common agenda that has been rooted in our shared values and is based on sustainable development, democratic governance, climate action, and regional stability. Through this forum, we reaffirm our partnership as development allies and co-architects of a new global order that prioritizes equity, innovation, and dignity. On macroeconomic recovery and fiscal governance, Ghana's economic outlook is rebounding steadily. Our administration remains committed to restoring macroeconomic stability through prudent fiscal management, enhanced domestic revenue mobilization, and expenditure rationalization. Working in partnership with the Bank of Ghana, we're stabilizing inflation, stabilizing the CD, and pursuing debt restructuring strategies to restore confidence and rebuild the fiscal space for development. These efforts are yielding fruits, and only yesterday, the Fitch Rating Agency upgraded Ghana's credit outlook to B-, stable outlook. We're also pursuing regulatory and institutional reforms that promote transparency, reduce inefficiencies, and expand our fiscal base. We appreciate the EU's ongoing support in public financial management, domestic revenue reform efforts, and anti-corruption. All these are essential pillars for sustainable growth. On private sector investments promotion, we are acutely aware that the government alone cannot lead Ghana's transformation. A thriving private sector is indispensable in this effort. To that end, we are implementing a unified licensing regime to reduce the regulatory bottlenecks and a national structured public-private dialogue framework to ensure that business voices are systematically incorporated into all national policy. Additionally, introducing a regulatory impact assessment (RIA) regime marks a new phase in policy making, anchoring decisions in data, ensuring predictability, and improving Ghana's competitiveness in the global market. We therefore welcome EU businesses and investors to participate in this transformative journey, especially as we revise the Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act to promote joint ventures and deeper technology transfer. Ghana aims to become a regional hub for sustainable agribusiness, value addition, manufacturing, and digital innovation, where European expertise and capital are invaluable. On migration, governance, and labor mobility, our partnership on migration continues to be exemplary. The ATUU project, launched in March 2025 with EU support, underscores our joint effort to make migration safe, humane, and development-oriented. We're enhancing reintegration services, data systems, and community resilience through the National Coordinating Mechanism and establishing a national referral platform. Ghana stands ready to deepen dialogue on structured labor migration with the EU. With critical shortages in EU sectors such as healthcare, construction, and agriculture, Ghana offers a pool of skilled professionals. We encourage collaboration on mutual recognition of qualifications and fair labor standards to build a win-win framework that aligns Ghana's democratic potential with Europe's labor needs. The Ghana Labor Export Program will ensure that labor mobility happens safely and humanely. This will help prevent the risky Sahara and Mediterranean crossings many of our youth undertake. On peace, security, and defense cooperation, Ghana remains a beacon of peace in West Africa. However, the growing threat of violent extremism across our borders demands urgent and coordinated action. It compels us to increase defense spending to prepare our armed forces to protect our country's territorial integrity in the event of any threat. The EU has been a steadfast partner through support under the European Peace Facility, including provision of non-lethal military equipment. We are now looking to elevate this cooperation. Ghana seeks EU collaboration in developing a resilient and technology-driven defense industry. We envision a defense sector that supports our national security architecture, boosts industrialization, and generates skilled jobs for our young people. Through initiatives such as the GARSI Sahel project and the broader ECOWAS stabilization agenda, we can jointly fortify regional security, combat terrorism, and support democratic governance across our sub-region. On energy transition and green growth, Ghana's Energy Transition and Investment Plan, launched in 2023, reaffirmed our commitment to achieving net zero emissions by the year 2060. We are pursuing a diversified mix of renewable energy, natural gas, and potentially nuclear power to ensure energy security while reducing our overall carbon footprint. We look forward to leveraging the EU-supported Just Energy Transition Partnership, the JET-TP, to scale up solar, wind, and green hydrogen financing. With Ghana's rich lithium and graphite deposits, we are positioning ourselves as a center for electric vehicle assembly and battery manufacturing in West Africa. We also appreciate the EU's backing for our Sustainable Cities program, especially in the northern regions of our country. This 14.7 million euro initiative is helping transform Tamale, Bolgatanga, Wa, and other regional capitals into innovative, inclusive, and climate-resilient urban spaces. On natural resource governance and environmental protection, Ghana is proud to be the first African country to issue an FLEGT, and for those of you who don't know what it means, Forest Law Enforcement Governance and Trade License. It's quite a mouthful. Reinforcing our legal and sustainable forestry leadership. We're also finalizing cocoa traceability mechanisms and reforming the Fisheries Act to lift the EU yellow card. These efforts reflect our commitment to sustainable trade, environmental stewardship, and compliance with international standards. On global governance and structural reform, let me conclude by reflecting on our shared values in multilateralism. The current global order defined by outdated institutions and an inequitable financial framework requires urgent reform. The United Nations Security Council must evolve to reflect contemporary realities, and similarly, the global financial architecture must ensure fairer access to capital, reform credit rating practices, and inclusive debt solutions for developing countries. Ghana stands with the EU in calling for a more just and representative international system that gives all nations an equal voice and opportunity, regardless of size or economic might. Ladies and gentlemen, to conclude, today's dialogue presents a unique opportunity to assess our progress and chart the course ahead. Our agenda covers critical economic cooperation, peace, security, governance, migration, and sustainability themes. Let us approach these discussions with clarity, with openness, and a shared resolve to translate dialogue into action. The partnership between Ghana and the European Union is not just enduring, it is evolving, and let us continue to build a fairer, greener, more secure, and more prosperous future for all of us. I thank you for your kind attention. God bless EU-Ghana partnership. Thank you.
Thank you you very much, Mr. President. We will now have a rendition of the Ghana National Anthem to be followed by a photo session right in front of the podium.
Oppressors with all our will and might forevermore, and help us to resist oppressors with all our will and might
We'll have two photographs. The first one will be the three high-level speakers, and then the ministers of state and the EU ambassadors will join them for the second picture. Please remain seated. Excellencies, Honorable Minister, we will take the second photograph outside the auditorium.